G'day, welcome back to another Shed Talk. Today's Friday, 10th of March. Big week. I've had 2 weeks sitting on the lounge just resting and recovering, and this last week I went for an adventure bike ride with Di. We went out for a couple of hours just on bitumen up through the mountains of Mount Tambourine and Beachmont. I went for a mountain bike ride, just kept my heart under 140 beats a minute for an hour or so. It was really good. And then yesterday, Thursday, I went motocrossing on my Kawasaki 450, which was great to be back out on the track. So I really enjoyed that. While I'm talking about that, I'm going to show you a product I bought in the last week. So this is a Garmin Fenix 6 Sapphire. They're about $1,300 at any sporting store. Found it on eBay, brand new, through a shop in Western Australia for $6.99. So what it does, it gives me really accurate recording on my heart, on my sleep, on my blood oxygen levels, on my breathing rate, a battery. It has a battery level. The battery level basically tells you whether you're depleted. So middle of the day, you're on a score of 100. You should be on 100 when you wake up in the morning if you've had a decent sleep. So I'm finding that really, really helpful. I did have a Garmin, it was called a Forerunner 225. It was a GPS heart rate monitor watch, but this one is a lot more advanced than that. So I'm really, really happy with this for $6.99. It's got a sapphire, they call it sapphire lens, so it shouldn't scratch. I'm really happy, wore it on the motocross track yesterday so I can monitor my heart rate. I'm very big on this because I haven't really gone into this, but in a past life, I was involved with mountain bike training with the yest through Canberra, and everything there is all about heart rate. Everything is about heart rate zones, E1 to E4. So I'm still very conscious of this. What actually happened with me having my heart little turn, my supraventricular tachycardia, was not looking after myself. What I've worked out after a couple of weeks at home was when I coach, I tend to just focus on my students. I don't focus on me. So I just didn't drink enough. I didn't drink enough for the 4 days that I was out riding. I didn't replace my electrolytes. I wasn't conscious of looking after myself because I put so much energy into my coaching. So, and it's really funny because I had a solar electrical business, so I was on roofs in 40-degree heat. I was so anal on my condition. I used to wear a heart rate monitor. If my heart rate got too high and I wasn't moving much, that meant my body is under stress. I'd balance that with electrolytes and staying cool. But here I am adventure bike riding, and I go, don't worry about it, just go ride and have fun. And it bit me, and I went into this thing. So a little bit of advice there: make sure you educate yourself. That's what I'm doing again now, is re-educating myself on what is important for me, especially I turned 60 this year. So I've really got to look after myself with making sure the tank is full before I go out and carry on with these activities that I do. So yeah, yesterday went out motocross riding. It was bloody great on the new KX 450. Story behind that bike is in 1982, I was an apprentice electrician, saved up, went and bought a brand new Kawasaki. I change my bikes a lot. I generally change bikes every 50 hours for my motocross bikes. I usually buy them with 20 or 30 hours, ride them, sell them, and I move sideways. So I might only lose $500 on a bike. This Kawasaki came up online. I think I talked about this story last week. I grabbed it at a great price. It was just such a happy day to be out riding a bike that I literally haven't been on since 1986 was my last Kawasaki. So yeah, it was really fun just riding something new. I've sort of been mainly sticking with Yamaha and the European brands like Kato and Huskies. So it was really fun to go out and ride something totally unique to me, and absolutely loved it. So I'll throw a couple of little teaser videos in here. Other than that, I have to wait for my Old Man Speed, the moto story to come out, or my moto life story to come out, which is about my Kawasaki journey and how I went from 16 years old to now an old dude riding a motocross bike, thus the name Old Man Speed. I don't sell speed to old men, is what I've also been asked before. So what else we've got coming up is I have shot my test video for the Mitas E07 tyres. I did a coaching day on Monday, used the tyres in that coaching day and took some videos of that day. So that video will be after this one. I'll finish this video, put this online, release the video on testing the E07s. while I'm talking about the tyres and why I'm using Mitas tyres, is I actually buy my tyres. I bought the tyre last year for my Triumph through MX Store. Used the tyre, went to Cape York. Yeah, everything was really good. I was happy with that, the Mitas E07. I do get a discount for my tyres, but I still reach into my pocket and buy my tyres. So I'm not on a full endorsement deal for this brand of tyres. If they were rubbish, I would not use them pretty much, because I still have to buy them. So my reviews on these tyres, when you see my review, will be an honest review. From what I did the other day on these tyres, and you'll see in the videos, I'm pretty happy. I'll stick with these. I was a little bit dubious on the front whether it was aggressive enough for me, but again, for what I do, I think the tyre is going to be fine. And how I push the bike, I kind of push the 1290 to what I take it to my limits of my riding. I wouldn't ride it much beyond realistically what I put in this video. So, that should satisfy the majority of adventure bike riders, that this tyre will be plenty good enough for what they do without overthinking the whole thing. So I'm going for longevity over traction. The E09 was a great tyre, had great traction, but wears a bit too quick for me. So I do a little bit too much bitumen on my riding to run like an 80-20 tyre, 80 dirt, 20% bitumen. So that's why I have chosen the Mitas E07 tyre. So yeah, now I did a training video through the week with Steph Bowfinger. That video was, Stephanie is down in the Victorian High Country now. She went for a ride last week and had a couple of tumbles on a downhill. So she rang me and said, please, can I get in and do a lesson? So we booked her in on Monday. We went out, did a half-day lesson at QMP, purely with the focus of improving her downhill skill, which we did. So make sure you have a look at that video. I think I just call it downhill training or how to ride downhill. There's some really good tips in there, of which I got a few complaints, and I'll explain how that happened. So I do these videos. The day we shot that video, there was no real intent of shooting that video. I had my GoPro because I was going to film the E07 tyres afterwards. I'm about 10 minutes into my lesson with Steph, and I just go, this is such a good topic. Do you mind if I film you, and we'll do this? We'll do a training video on you riding these downhills and showing her improvement. So we did. We shot the video that night, threw it up on YouTube, put it on a couple of Facebook posts, just saying, hey guys, check this out, good training video, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we got complaints. We got complaints from a Facebook group administrator saying that he got complaints about people saying it was a commercial video. Now, Stephanie runs a business called FemPro Armor. She does body armor for women. This is a great product that is so specific to the adventure bike market. There is no commercial gain in what I said for me. All it purely was promoting a friend's business. So Stephanie is an awesome rider. She's an active community of all the Facebook groups and all the communities with adventure bike riding. She's got a great product that needs to get out there. All I did was say, Steph, show us what product you got. So anyway, and then at the end, I normally just say, hey, if you want any coaching, jump on Old Man Speed, t-shirts, 20% off, discount, oldmanspeed.com. There's my ad, MD74 is the code to save yourself some money. That simple little spiel upsets some people, and they go to the effort to complain, saying that my videos are commercial. So yeah, I don't get it. I prefer the positive feedback. I prefer to feel I'm doing a good thing for the adventure bike community. I give these lessons away for free. Stephanie paid. If anything, Stephanie should be pissed off that you guys get the free tuition that she paid for. So you should all be thanking Stephanie for that. But yeah, people complain, and I'm just a little bit blown away with how sensitive people are. That you watch TV with TV ads pumping through it all the way. There was nothing in my video that was a commercial advertisement for anything other than for my own business, which I'm entitled to do that. And I just gave Stephanie a little bit of a plug and let her talk about her business herself. So anyways, move on from that. People are very sensitive, and that's just the world we live in these days. So if you guys are watching this, yeah, cheers for that, because I won't post on that Facebook group page anymore. And that's just how it goes. So you have to find me another way. Yeah, so anyway, It's always the minority, stuff it up for the majority. So cheers, boys. Enough of a spiel on that. Thank you everyone for the comments through the week. I got some really great feedback on my bike setup. A lot of people liked I didn't think there was that much in it, but just talking about handlebar position on a bike, handlebar position, lever position, and bar risers, yes or no. That really seemed to open up a can of worms on discussion, which is great, and that's what I like. So a lot of people now question their bike setup, or they've come back to me and said, yep, done this, done that, fantastic, changed the way the bike feels. Another thing I will mention here is I watched a adventure bike vlog the other day, and a guy setting a bike up, and first thing he's put on was bar risers, and then he's put steg pegs on. And now I've never used steg pegs, and this is no discredit to that product at all, but if you're riding a big adventure bike, I don't really see the need for them. A lot of my mates race desert races and they use steg pegs and swear by them. I see it in that application. But on these big bikes, these bikes are so fat and so wide, they're quite easy to grip with your lower leg. So if you're riding the bike properly, you've got enough connection point with the bike there. So that's why I don't use steg pegs. It's more of a thing of why I don't use them. But you know, if someone come and said to me, I've got a KTM 890 and I'm going to throw steg pegs on it, I'd go, mate, I don't know. You know, maybe just evaluate your body position a bit more before investing the money in them. But again, if you love them, let me know. If you ride with them, maybe I've got it wrong. Let me know down below. I know a lot of guys use them on their DR 650s and that sort of thing. So whether they're great, I honestly don't know. So I've never ridden with them. So please jump in the comments and let me know. What else have I got to talk about? So I'm going to do probably a camping video in the next couple of weeks. I'll go out for a couple of nights with my new swag and shoot a little video. I've got a mountain out the back here. I want to go and video that and show you riders sort of a pretty cool hill. Some guys I took on a ride the other week, we went up it. So I'll go and shoot a video on that hill. Those guys will know who they are. There was a group, I took 5 of them up there. So yeah, I'll probably go for a ride out there and then go maybe into northern New South Wales and go camp next to a river for a night and do some cooking and roll a swag out and see what I think of that. And other than that, probably not much else to report on. So health is good, watch is helping great, slowly moving back into it, back doing coaching. So if you want to get involved with coaching with me with a small group or independent coaching, I am doing this as well. This is something I'm going to talk about now as well. I'm doing a thing called it was a bit of a piss take on our worst ride ever, called the Mel Dalton experience. I'm going to do it. So it's literally, it's $500 a day, includes coaching. If you want 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day, right up to 5 days. It'll be expensive, $500 a day. I'll take you on an epic 4 day, 5 day adventure bike ride, coach you through all the tough stuff, sand, hills, uphills, downhills, whatever, to your level, make you a better rider, make it an adventure holiday for you. So you can do this on a 1 day to, up to 1 to 5 days. If you want to do it with a group of friends, so let's say you have 2 or 3 guys, I'm only going to increase the price $100. So it's $600 for the whole group. So if you get 3 of you, right, 3 of you, $600 a day, I would like to do a minimum of 2 days, okay? But it'll be a camp out. So we get all our gear, we do coaching, we camp out, we ride, and just make it a fun thing. I really love my one-on-one coaching. I really do enjoy it. I love coaching my small groups. But I think this is something a little bit unique. It's almost like if you're in the position where you can have a little bit of time off, take a bloody week off. I don't work anymore. This is literally what I do, is adventure bike riding. So take some time off, have a week off and come for a ride for a week. I'll take you out and take you on an awesome adventure and teach you through the whole thing. So anyway, food for thought. It's going to be called I'll probably call it the Old Man Speed experience. And I think it'll be a fun thing to roll out. So that is available from now. So my details are on oldmanspeed.com. You can get in touch with me there. My phone number is on there as well. I haven't put my phone number or email in my YouTube comments. I think I can put it in there. So it'll be in the comments down below. Get in touch with me anytime. What I will talk about is I will talk about this. We have now been pulled up publicly probably 5 or 6 times with people commenting that they like my videos. And what they generally like about my video is, and this is what I like, so this is not about me. This is about me giving to this sport of adventure bike riding. So when people come along and they say, I watched your video, you inspired me to do this. I watched your video, I'm now going to the gym. I watched your video, I've changed the way I sit on my bike and stand on my bike, I now ride better. That is what is satisfying to me. There is no ego behind this of saying, oh, you're Mal, you're that guy in the video. Yeah, that's nice, but as a really good example, the other day, and the fellow will probably see this, we were at Rathdowney having a coffee, and a fellow come over. I actually thought he was coming over to see my dogs. He actually came over and said, I watch your videos and love them. And I went, wow, that is so good. He then said, I'm going to ride to the Cape. Okay, so for me, that is just awesome. Here's a guy out on a Saturday or a Sunday on an adventure bike ride, telling me he's watched my video and how much he enjoyed it. Another fellow sent me a message in the comments. I'm sure you're watching as well. He said he watched my Cape York trip last year. 11 days later, after my last video, he was standing on Cape York from Melbourne. Now, this fellow was in his 60s. He said he loved our video that much, it inspired him to pack his bike, ride to Cape York, and then from the Cape, he rode counterclockwise back to Melbourne around Australia. So that is just such a satisfying feeling to have someone come back to me and say, hey, this is what I've done. And for me, that just makes me feel incredibly proud of what I produce. So there may be a few whingers, but the majority are not. The majority are good dudes that appreciate what we do and what we're sort of churning out here for bike riders. So yeah, I think that's it. What else have I got to talk about? I spoke about the KX, spoke about the tires, spoke about the handlebars. If there's anything you would like to know on bike setup or anything at all, let me know. Just drop in the comments below and talk to me. As you'll see, I get back to everyone. What was really cool today, I had a fella from Cooma, my hometown, that chimed in on the message on handlebar risers actually. So 6'4" fella. He knows who he is, so that was pretty cool to hear from someone from my own hometown. I am considering through the year going to Cooma. I've got to speak to the club owners down there and holding an adventure bike school at the Cooma motocross track, which is a track that I basically helped build in 1980. And it'd be so cool to go down there and hold an adventure bike school on in the venue where I basically started my motocross riding career. So it'd be really cool to do. Talking to a fella today from Canberra, and I'll probably try and make that happen. I just don't want to go down there when it's too cold. So yeah, anyway, that's about it, fellas. Thanks for watching, everyone, and stay tuned. Soon after this video, there will be the E07 tyre video. There is an Old Man Speed, my moto life video that's coming out very soon. That's going to be a bit more effort to produce. Please, if you haven't subscribed, jump on board, subscribe, follow what we do. There's always going to be plenty of stories and things happening. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we will see you real soon.